Uh, Taunt Warrior, Excavate Warlock, Excavate Death Knight. Uh, yeah, not gonna repeat myself again. So where can we do deck builder? Best place to do deck builder is probably Hearthstone top decks. So let's say, can I include Badlands cards yet? Or have they not got it in this deck track in this deck builder? Uh, they might not have it here yet. No, they do have them. They do have them. All right. So we need to ram this full of taunt cards. Taunt. I mean, this one does summon taunt cards. I think this one could be very good last stand in the deck. This is a good taunt card. This is a great taunt card. Our Mega Dildo. Yeah, because we've got taunt cards, sure. If we're running lots of taunt cards, this one becomes good. Blast Tortoise. The weapon. Yeah, I put the weapon in. Look. Battle Pickaxe. After you play a taunt minion. Oh. Oh! I see what you mean. The Sword Eater gets in the way of the Battle Pickaxe. Okay, we probably don't want to play that then, right? Like, all of our minions are Sword Eaters. So if we're only wanting to play one weapon, the Abyssal Basis becomes worse. Could this card be good? Flesh Shaper? Let's have a look at the neutral taunts. What neutral taunts are there that are good? Don't think this is the kind of deck that wants Dirty Rat. Oh, Azurite Chain Gang. Yep. Dread Corsair, because it costs 0. Probably going to need some kind of card draw in this deck. I mean, I could run taunts that draw cards, like Treasure Guard and Saonite Tolvir, maybe. Thunderbringer has taunt. And we run beasts. Do we run elementals? You want Weaponsmith? What's Weaponsmith? We do run beast. We run bouncer. I'll provisionally put that in the deck. I don't know about these cards, Treasure Guard and Saonite Tolvir. I think they could be very annoying. Because they kind of cycle themselves, right? This deck does need some cycle. Now, let's go back. We need to make sure that we have our weapon tutored. So, how are we going to tutor our weapon? There is a 2-mana. Oh, weapons expert. Yeah, that's good, right? Gives it +1/+1 as well, so it's hitting for 5 rather than... Yeah, actually, Weapons Expert would be really good in this deck. What ways do we have of drawing cards? Forged in Flame? So if we're running 2 battle pickaxes and 2 weapons experts, we could run Forged in Flame as a draw card, as a one-of, because once you pick up your second battle pickaxe, it's just drawing a very large number of cards. Oh, Roaring Applause. Yeah, Roaring Applause is the one we want, right? Yeah, that draws a shit ton of cards. Yeah. And then how many different types do we have? We have let's just go through. Undead, Naga, Beast, Pirate, Mech. This one's an elemental as well. One that draws when you attack. I mean, yeah, we could put Hook Fist in. I was thinking whether I might want to run Power Slider though, because Power Slider is really good. In a Menagerie deck. Where is he? Yeah. This is this is a very strong card in a Menagerie deck. The Warrior Legendary that duplicates your hand. That's not a bad idea either. That's really not a bad idea. Rockmaster Voon. That means I'm probably not... I think Thunderbringer I'm going off now, I must say. And I think the Saronite Tolvir I'm going off as well. I think I'll keep this because it's a Naga. The one Amalgam Band, yeah, that could be very good in this deck. It's not Taunt, but it is good in an Amalgam deck. Oh, Magatha. Yeah, Magatha's not a bad idea, right? Because we only have 2 spells. That I've got Backstage Bouncer in the deck already. I think it probably is the one Amalgam Band. It almost looks too heavy now. I have 4 spells. I have Last Stand, or I have Roaring Applauses, I guess. Just wondering if I want the amalgams buff up Not only my one amalgam bam, but they also buff up my power sliders. So I'm wondering if I could maybe cut Roaring Applause. Or is that too good to cut? Do I have other beasts? Yeah, I do. It's VR Mega Dildo, right? Like, this card is too greedy. I think. The Demon Taunt? Yeah, the Demon Taunt isn't so good in this because, we... we're not equipping many weapons. We're only equipping, like, one weapon. Honestly, what if we only run one weapon? If we have two weapons experts to tutor it out, we don't need the second weapon, right? We have like 3 copies of this anyway. I mean, it is going to be very, very good. Like, I don't know if, because it's so good, I don't know if you run 2 just to have it on curve. Oh, Viper as well, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you probably do run 2. Like, this card is going to be so good. I think it's going to be so good that you just want to have it every time, to the extent that you are kind of happy to cut. You're okay if you draw 2 just so that you have one more often. I do think it's the Mega Dildo that gets cut though. I think that one I think is too greedy. And then we go. I am gonna go for the amalgams. I think. I think the amalgams just buff too much up. Like they're not taunt minions, but they're buffing up the one amalgam bam more. They're buffing up the power sliders, which again are not taunt minions, but I think they fit very well in this amalgam shell. Oh, Blackrock. I mean, you could run Blackrock and roll as well, right? But Blackrock and roll is hard to play. Like 5 mana to play the card is tricky. Maybe we only need one last stand. Maybe we don't need last stand at all with all the draw. I mean, last stand is only really good after turn 7, right? And there's a lot of like, I mean, the thing is, it synergizes so well with I mean, you could make it a Renifal deck, but that's lazy deck building. Like this is our win condition. It's battle pickaxe and then making a shit ton of tempo. We have removal with power slider. You think this deck's trying too hard to be Menagerie and Taunt? Try making just a Taunt deck, buddy. The Taunt deck, there aren't enough Taunt minions. Like, look, if I type Mechanic Taunt in here, I've got all the good taunt minions. Like, I could put Training Session, but that's shit. Sword Eater overwrites my weapon. Lava Georgia is just not very good. It's like Ascension Shield Master. This one, I'm going to be a head on board most of the time, so I don't want to play Drum Soloist. Our Mega Dildo I took out because I thought it was too slow. The Abyssal Bassist is normally good, but I only want to equip one weapon. And then the neutrals. I mean, I just don't really want any of these. So I've got all of the, I feel like I've got all of the taunts that I want. And it looks like it just fits reasonably well with Amalgam because I can put all the, you know, the minions have types anyway, and I could just put the strongest types in. But we do need one more card to round it off. I mean, it could just be that I run one copy of the legendary spell, right? I think that would be a reasonable card to have as a one-off because I don't want to play it until turn 7, but after turn 7, it's going to make a taunt minion so big that I would hope that the game ends. But if I'm running that, I kind of feel like I want Black Rock and Roll, right? Like, that has good synergy. Hmm. Do I need both Voon and Magafer? Not sure. I think so. Like, my deck is all minions. So I do feel like this card might just be fine. I'm only running one spell, so Magafer's really good. Like, if I give my opponent Black Rock and Roll, it's whatever, right? It's whatever. Um, oh, the Elemental that draws a spell. That's not the worst idea. Because you could tutor this out, right? And play it on 4. Hmm. And we don't have an Elemental, so it kind of buffs up the other shit. Does the one cost spell hurt too much? I just don't think I really have room for it. But honestly, maybe it's Roaring Applause that gets cut. But it feels like Roaring Applause has so much synergy with the deck. But if I have... No turn 1 for aggro, this is awful. I mean, what do I want as a 1-drop? There's no 1-drops I want, right? I think Mistake is too bad. I don't know, you have a point though. Like, what if Mistake works better in this deck than Amalgam? Because not only do I need a 1-drop, but I don't really need the Discovers. It's true, it's a good point. Like, because I have so much card draw, I probably don't need the Discovers. And I do need the 1-drops. I can only get more bans if I run the Demon, which I'm not running because I'm only having one weapon that I equip. What were the other cards that I wanted? Because look, all of you guys who are hating on the deck, all right, you have to look at the card on the screen right now, the Battle Pickaxe, all right. Imagine that you're playing against Menagerie Warrior, all right, but as well as all of the tempo that Menagerie Warrior is able to put out, all right, you are also taking 4 to 5 damage every single turn from a weapon. All right. So you might think that the deck looks bad, but you have to remember that you're going to be taking 5 damage every turn to the face from a weapon. All right. Still think Ziliax is fine. I mean, maybe Ziliax is fine. Like Ziliax works well with Black Rock and Roll. Um, it might be better to just not run the mistakes at all. Like I have enough types for the amalgam, right? Cut 6 mana, but the Blast Tortoise is really good. The Blast Tortoise clears any board. So I'm not cutting that one, no. I think 2 weapons expert is overkill. I mean, one of them buffs up the battle pickaxe, but maybe. Maybe 2 weapons experts is overkill. Damn, deck building is hard. Okay, I can definitely see in this build that Ziliax is good, though, to have some lifesteal. So let's add Ziliax. Like, it gets buffed up by everything, right? Did I forget to go over the Demon Hunter cards? No, I went over them. Wait, did I? Hold on. Sure I did. Oh, I did. I did forget to go over the Demon Hunter cards. Oh, well, fuck Demon Hunter. I hate Demon Hunter. I didn't want to review those cards anyway. Is Backstage Bouncer good? I mean, you have a point, but Backstage Bouncer might just suck. Because, yeah, there isn't that much to transform, is there? I have other beasts as well. Okay. Yeah, there probably isn't that much to transform here. And then I can put the Last Stand back in, right? Which is the card that I wanted. So, so let's just go over this list. We have a 1-drop, which buffs our amalgam stuff. We have 2 cheap taunts for 2 drops. We have a weapon and 1 card to tutor it out. Rockmaster Voon to copy our type minions. We have a Naga that cycles us a card and is also a taunt. Azurite Chain Gang, which is really, really good if we copy it. Dread Corsair, which comes down for 0 mana and is a pirate. Black Rock and Roll, which is buffing everything up. This mech, which is, again, buffing all of the taunt shit in our hand up. Ziliax, Blast Tortoise, which is clearing any board. Amalgam, which honestly might not even be needed, but we have a lot of different types, and it helps with the power slider too. Finny instead of Last Stand. There's a lot of hand buff in the deck, right? I don't want Finley. I think this deck looks good. I really think it looks good. Not gonna review Demon Hunter. Fine, I'll fucking review Demon Hunter. We'll go back and we'll review Demon Hunter. But I'm happy with this one. Right, quick Demon Hunter review then for the boys. Oh, we said Steam Guardian, didn't we? Steam Guardian doesn't always tutor out Black Rock and Roll if we run Last Stand, but Black Rock and Roll is very good. I don't have to run Last Stand. It's just like maybe it's not necessary. The Steam Guardian's also an elemental, which I don't have. I do think it has merit. You think it's never BlackRock? The BlackRock is quite good. Honestly, it's probably the Mistake. I think the Mistake is such a boring card. And then what? We just run 2 Steam Guardians? Because then we have 3 spells to draw, right? Yeah, that seems reasonable because the Steam Guardian is doing the same job as one of the amalgams. We don't have a 1-drop, but we don't really care. We have oh yeah, we have 5 spells because of Roaring Applause, don't we? I don't know. Can you ever run? I guess if you run Magatha, maybe you can cut Roaring Applause. Like, what's better out of Last Stand and Roaring Applause? It's probably so hard, right? Maybe Magatha is worse than Roaring Applause. Probably is, right? Drawing 5 cards. I don't know how quick it's going to take to pump this up. Other legendaries are there. Yeah, deck building is very hard. I've got Voon in the deck already. Honestly, I think it's the Roaring Applause that gets cut. I think then my Steam Guardians are more likely to draw the Black Rock and Roll, and the Black Rock and Roll has better synergy with Last Stand, and then the Magatha gets better as well. Then I can run 2 more minions. So what are the other 2 minions that I'm going to run? it could just be mistakes just to have a 1-drop. But then they had good synergy with the draw card. And I could put another weapons expert back in, because even if I draw the weapons expert, it still buffs my weapon, right? And buffing this weapon is really good. Oh, Asphodon. Asphodon is a taunt minion, right? It's quite a strong taunt minion as well. So you go something like that. I think it needs a lower curve. I mean, I think the curve is fine, right? Like, I think the only 1-mana card that's good is Amalgam. I think this deck has a huge amount of comeback potential. Like, let's say that you full mull for the weapon or your 2-drops, right? You play one of your 2-drops or your weapon on curve. As soon as you get your weapon out, you can play a Dread Corsair. I don't know, man. How many cards do we have in the deck that say draw? This one draws 5. This one draws. This one draws. This one draws. So there's like 5-card draw here. This one is making copies. These ones draw. So taken together, we do still have quite a lot of card draw. Anyway, I'll have to play around with it. I don't want to review the Demon Hunter cards yet either. I want to draw another deck. Build another deck. So let's build another deck now. What one? Warlock. I was interested in Warlock. So, bit of a bathroom quick. So, what are the new cards? Showdown in the Badlands. Tram Conductor Jerry. And then we need all the excavate. So this excavate's good. This excavate's good. And then there's a neutral one we need as well, right? This one. And I think that the 5-mana excavate is kind of shit. Is there a way that I can like put these back in my hand? Like I might need to run Saloon Brewmaster. But I'd have to use it on Kobold Miner, right? I guess I could also use it on the reward. Like, I can either bounce the Kobold Miner or I can bounce the Snake. So probably you do want to run this. Now, we were saying that Trolley Problem was kind of good. Good tempo, right? Um, Particularly good if you can discard this, but that's difficult. We literally just need to survive, right? I think that I think the other Warlock cards are a bit of a bait, but we have the most broken win condition in the game. All we need to do is survive. So let's build the deck in a way that just survives. Defile. Could maybe run Drain Soul, but it's not like super strong. This card is good, Forge of Willies. And you probably so we want Reaver, Mortal Eradication is good. I think we want the big fat neutral taunt. It's actually really annoying, especially with the location. Where is he? Nubisaf defender. Opposing a Nubisaf. Symphony of Sins. I mean, we could still run Amorphous Slime if we wanted. But I hate that card. Hopgar gives Crescendo lifesteal. That's kind of interesting. Huh. Hmm. I don't think the 4 mana, uh, that new 4 mana legendary is that good. Yeah, tour guide could be fine. Maybe trolley problem isn't it because we have it is good tempo. But we have too many low cost spells. I don't know. Probably isn't it. I don't know, man. It is good. I mean, we can also generate like a one cost spell to discard from like all the excavate effects. Honestly, I do. I just look at this card and I think like, doesn't this just win like the early board every time? Trolley problem. Like, look at this card. Even with the discard, summon 2/3/3 tram cars with rush for 3 mana. 6/6 of rushing stats for 3 mana. It just seems really good. Like I really can't get over how good it seems. Honestly, I mean, what you're probably supposed to do is then put slimes in the deck, right? And then you discard. What are the undeads? Uh, Minion type undead. And then you run like. Are we running any other undeads already? Double check. No. So then you would just run like that and uh that and that, right? Like that's probably what you're supposed to do because as much as I hate Amorphous Slime, like it is good. It's a good card. What is Warlock running already? Let's take a look at HS replay. So Sargeras is really good. Jiggerfin is good. Forge of Wills. We don't want Astalor. We could run Armor Vendor. That's got good stats. Oh, Form Veil Tentacle is pretty good. Like, these are all cards which are good at helping us survive, right? The worst cards. Symphony of Sins, interesting, is not doing very well there. Is Symphony of Sins really bad? Can't be, right? Maybe it is. Maybe I do need some cheap shitters though, like Armor Vendor. That's probably what I need in here, right? How many new cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 11. I just got 11 new cards. Yeah, I just got 11. I think I might take one of these out. Probably don't need two. Then I've got 7. Assuming that I pull one of these back into my hand, I've got 7. Special effects. Excavates. Which is more than enough to kill my opponent. If anything, I probably don't need this at all. And then I can run Armor Vendor. And I probably want to be running the Thornveil Tentacle as well. I wonder if Defile is a bait. Because I kind of have quite a bit of tempo, right? Like, would I really want to defile my own board down? It might be a bait. Is Warlock even... Yeah, Masters Tour Champion. Thanks for the raid, man. Bart eats Paladin and Hunters. Yeah, but nobody plays those decks. Difficult. Is this card better than Defile? They're kind of close, right? The Murloc package? What the fuck is the Murloc package? Okay. Maybe this was just the deck. I mean, I could cut Trolley Problem to put the 2-mana lifesteal in. But I do think Trolley Problem just looks really good. Like, I don't really give a shit if I discard a spell. And if I quick draw it, I don't even have to discard it. Like, just don't keep Trolley Problem in your mulligan and then just play it when you top deck it. It's fine. No, I have. I've got 10 cards if I'm building it for a potential theory craft. So I've got Tram Jerry. That's 1. I've got Moarg Drillfist. That's 3. Trolley Problem 5. One Saloon Brewmaster. 6. 2 Miners. 8. 2 Smokestacks. 10. I think that's fine. I quite like that deck. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. Don't we really need card draw? No, not really. Warlock has life tap if it really wants to draw cards, but what I really need to do is not die. Right, next deck. Death Knight. Oh, I was looking forward to building some of those Death Knights. So Showdown in the Badlands. There were two different builds that I could imagine for Death Knight. So the first one was just pure frost. Let's do the pure frost first because that will be easier. So we need the neutral excavate. There it is. And I'd still need two more cards to make it up to 10. To copy the next spell. I could play that one. Guess it's not bad to like copy an excavate card, is it? Not that happy about that one though. I don't know. Maybe the Brewmaster is better, but anyway, let's have a look at that for now. And then we need cards. So this is the triple frost deck. So we put the nutty triple frost cards in. Is Fridge still worth running? Fridge is fine. I don't know if you run Frost Strike or if you cut that now. Because you got this instead of Frost Strike, right? This is kind of doing the same thing. Oh, this isn't a frost spell. So so this wouldn't work. That's crazy. Okay. So what direction? So if I'm excavating a bunch of treasures, actually this Naga probably is pretty good, right? Because if you hit your spells that you're copying, Horn of Winter, Reap What You Sow, and Frostborn Fairy, all nuts. So we want to be excavating, and then we want to be resurrecting. Um, Probably the Primus in this deck, or the other more expensive one would be the Harrowing Ox. So that's what we want to resurrect, and we can close out games with Frostworm's Fury. So what we need to do is we need to keep drawing and we need to apply pressure, right? So this card could play this card as well, maybe. I am a fan of Thessarian. We could play the 4-mana freeze weapon. That is a consideration. I've got the 1-mana weapon already, the Bonebreaker. Is anyone still playing Frost Death Knight, or is it just gone? It's completely gone. Nobody plays it anymore. Yeah, you could run Vizier and School Teacher. Those cards are kind of solid. You also used to run cards like this, right? Just like little shitters. Hmm. Right, like run one of these maybe. Deck building is hard. This card was always good. I mean, we probably just go back and run like the good 1-drops, right? But I'm lacking quite a bit of card draw. Could play like Egg and buff it up. Just go and look for card draw a sec. Draw cards. Oh yeah, Vizier. Yeah, it probably is Vizier and School Teacher. Okay, let's go Vizier and school teacher then. Honestly, I think the Menethil is probably not that good now. Um, yeah, so we have Titan, which we're resurrecting. Zero mana 7/7s, which work great with Frostworm Furry because they all come down on the same turn. A little bit of Discover. Not that much card draw. Some 1-drops. Need ways to buff Egg. I mean, yeah, maybe the Egg just sucks, right? I've only got Arms Dealer. So the Egg probably is not good. I mean, these are the cards I wasn't really sure about. It might work better just to have some Frost Spell tutors. Like, could just run 2 of these. Keep the deck flowing a bit more. Something like that. I think that's reasonable. Let's keep it at that. Now, I wanted to build a version of this deck, but with 2 Frost and 1 Unholy. So if you cut the 2 Frost spells, you have to cut Frostworm Furry, you have to cut Marrow Manipulator, and so then you get to run the... Oh, you don't get to run all the play cards, though. Wait, is there anything we're playing that runs 2... needs 2 Frost runes? Oh, it's just this, and... Horn of Winter, and... I could still run Bonebreaker if I want. Alright, so then we want 2 Unholies so we can put the Plagues in. It's not going to let me. I don't want to have triple Frost. Fuck. Is it like bugged or something? I guess it's bugged. I have to rebuild it from scratch. All the cards already out. There's only like 2 or 3 more cards to be revealed, TikTok. So yeah, I'm doing all my theory crafting shit now. So this version is going to be similar, but we want plagues as well. So we have 2 unholy runes and 1 frost rune. We have all the play cards. Are there any other play cards that we can run? Or is it just... I think it's just these 4, right? Or we only got 1 down with a ship. Right. And then we want Let's get the new cards in here. There we go, right. So we could run Pile of Bones in this deck. And we can run... I kind of wanted to try Corpse Farm as a way of spending corpses. And then you can run Reska. Probably still run the Orcs, maybe. I mean, maybe you cut this card, but... It is a bit... It's a bit expensive. You probably do cut that one. How many new cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't need many new ones. Probably just get the Excavate card. Right, now what I wanted, if we go back to all cards again, I wanted, I actually wanted to run the Gigante. I guess you run Chain Guardian in this one. Yeah, Stitch Giant was what I was thinking, because, if you have Corpse Farm, then what you, like, after you've played Corpse Farm, you can drop a Giant for free. And obviously we run the Tomb Traitor. I think Magatha will be good in this deck because we need the card draw, right? If you're needing card draw, then it's probably... where's this smelly sausage that draws cards? This one. Magatha. There we go. And it has a lot of spells. I have... Oh, I guess I do, right? I have... yeah, actually, it's not Magatha because I have more spells in this version. Fine. I want the Primus. What else am I running? Could just run Plague Strike because it's like pretty good tempo. It's just a solid card. But I've already got Reap What You Sow and Down with a Ship, so I feel like it's not really what I want to be doing. Oh, this deck is close. I feel like we're really getting close because with all of the corpses, Corpse Farm and Stitch Giant just looks like such a nice combo once you get up to 8. So I really want more tempo. I want to have more tempo and more corpses. And more draw in a way. Am I excited to watch BlizzCon? What's happening at BlizzCon? I mean, I could add Hound just for stabilization. I don't really like Hound in this deck, though. I don't know, maybe you need it. Oh, are they revealing Reno at BlizzCon? um, nah, I think I'll pass. I mean, I could run the Body Badger because it gives a corpse and is like just a cheap shitter. I have like Pile of Bones, I have Cobalt Miner. So I'm gonna generate a lot of corpses from this Pile of Bones. Because that's gonna keep coming back every time I excavate. Oh yeah, Dragon Druid I'm building next TikTok. Dragon Druid looks great. Oh, the 4-mana Frost Reborn, that's actually a decent shout for Saurian. That's just a really solid card. Where is he? What other ways do I have of drawing cards? Draw cards. Defrost, which is spending corpses. Mm. You want to know the Reno card before deck building? Maybe. I don't know. None of the Highlander cards have really tickled my cherry. I don't think any of them are that good. This is close. I really think that there's something here with this deck, you know? I really think there is something here. Am I missing any play cards? I don't think I am, right? I could just put like a Battlefield Necromancer in just for tempo. I mean, it probably is something like Teacher or Vizier. Let's go Teacher. It's heavy on 4-drops. It is heavy on 4-drops. I think this seems powerful. Is he good after Pile of Bones? No. I think it's fine. I'll leave it. I'll leave it as that for a moment. I want to try and build a druid. Here we go. Dragon Druid. Got some sweet new cards. So definitely this boy. This boy. This boy. All the dragons. Didn't know whether I wanted to put Restraza in. I think I was down for the good dragons plus Topior plus nature spells. Put this one in, that's a fine dragon. This one gives dragons as well, Welt Wrangler, but I don't. I'll put it in tentatively, but I think it's shit. Alright, so now we go and we look for dragon cards more generally. Minion type dragon. So it's definitely Topior was like Topior is the card which I think is going to be really, really good in this. Any other dragons we're interested in? Not really, right? So then we've got to like really think about whether any of these dragons are ones that we want. So I think 5 a setting sun looked very strong. Dragon Golem, I wasn't sure about. But it worked very well if you hit it with Take to the Skies. I think this one is shit. Let's take this one out. This one I wasn't sure about either. These two dragons, but I guess we do need a dragon shell if we want this to be active. So I think that's probably fine. Then we basically need to pack it ram chock full of nature spells. Probably want to make use of Drum Circle as well. Hmm. Did I put Embracing? I did. I kind of like Solar Seedling. I think it plugs a lot of gaps. I guess you always want to run Aquatic. There's some cards like Aquatic Form you always want to run, right? Cultivation ain't going to work so well in this deck because we're not really playing any Trents, are we? We're playing Dragons, not Trents. I probably do need to cut some of the dragons to put more ramp in. Like, I probably want this card. And I think I probably want the Disciple as well. So... what's the worst dragon out of the Sunspot Dragon, which is 6 mana... 6... there's a 6 mana 6/6 that deals 6 with lifesteal if I drew it on that turn. Or this one, which is if you're holding a dragon, deal 5 damage to an enemy minion. So it's a 4 mana 5/4. I think the Sunspot's better. Because I can always trade it away. And later on, it's like, it's pretty good with the healing. So then you pop, where is that? Where's the sausage? Where's he gone? There we go. Planted evidence is solid. It is solid, yes. I kind of thought about running planted as well. There's only so much shit I can run in my deck, right? I think this is a reasonably solid deck. So we wanna, so we have how many dragons? 1, 2. We have a dragon tutor card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dragons. So 10 dragons should be like more than enough to activate the whelp. So we can, like, the dream curve is you play the whelp into the seed man, and then you have like a shit ton of mana, right? Embrace has 3 targets. Wait, does it? It has 2 targets, right? Lifebinder's Gift. And Drum Circle. That's it. There's no other... Are there any other choose ones I'm missing in the deck? No, it's just 2 targets. I think that's good. I think that list looks kind of sweet. Disciple seems redundant with Embrace. No, the point is that Drum Circle is the card you want to abuse. So if you draw your Drum Circles, then Disciple Disciple is good because basically you have four choose ones in the deck. So if you draw 2 naturally, you use those with a Disciple. You were excited to play dragons before I started building this deck. Oh fuck, Tic Tac. Fuck you. I'm excited to play the dragons, alright? You can put whatever you want in, alright? But what I'm saying is that the good dragon is Topior, alright? And now you have other good dragons like the Wild Growth Dragon and the Free Dragon and the Rushy Lifestealy Dragon. You have other good dragons, but you still need to center the deck around Topior. Like, Topior is the good one. And if you're running Topior, you need to run nature spells. And if you're running nature spells, it's probably Drum Circle that you want to be running. I mean, like, you can maybe try and do it without Drum Circle, but you're going to win less games, right? Drum Druid with random dragons. But I think the random dragons sit well in it. I think they might genuinely improve the deck. Anyway. Was there any other deck I wanted to build, or have I built... I think there was one more. See. Oh, there was like Elemental Shaman. Nah, fuck that. Okay, well, I'm probably done then. I think I've built all my decks. My mum says to put Jiggerfin in the Warlock. Right. Nice one, Mum.